Welcome to Vertical Football, and this is the 5 things we learned. Yeah, this is Chelsea nil, Manchester City 1. Congratulations to Manchester City for becoming the new FA Cup winner in the 2025-26 season. I think it was a deserved win for them. I think they were the better team on the ball. I think they were good. They knew what they wanted to do. Off the ball, they were good. But I think off the ball, I think we were decent also. We were compact. We tried not to self-inflict. We tried to close up the space, make sure that they didn't get the best out of the game, but they just showed their superior level. It took them 70 minutes to break that down. They eventually, out of their brilliance, got a goal, and you saw that flick from Semenyo. It was unexpected. There was nothing we could do about it. Yeah, so I think it was a well-deserved win for them. They obviously we're the better team. Yeah, so let's go into the 5 things we learned. Let's discuss about this match. I think the first thing for me I would like to speak about is the game plan. Yeah, I like the game plan, but there are deficiencies to it. When you play against the side as Man City, given the caliber of players that they have and the quality that they have, and also the momentum that they have at this point in time, because when you look at the Chelsea squad, you can't say, oh, you don't have quality players. I just think the difference between the two teams is the level of confidence between them. I think Chelsea at this point in time are very, very down in confidence, but Man City, with the runs of game that they are having, winning the Carabao Cup, having the Premier League to run for, and also coming into the final of the FA Cup, I think they had a lot of things that were morale boosters for them, and I think they really thrived on that so much. But Chelsea set up in a 5-3-2, and I know some people might not like it, and even the commentator was speaking about it at some point, and he was saying, oh, they need to come out and play. But in my own book, I think we were just being realistic. Yeah, we were being realistic. If you are low on confidence, that basically means the normal things that you are supposed to be doing, you are going to be finding difficulties in doing them. So I think we just looked at the situation that this club is in, and then we played according to it. And we also played it in a way that it counters what Man City will do. Man City is a team that wants to play through the central channel. They want to bounce passes. They want to combine, bring you out of your space and exploit the space that you have opened in behind. They want Haaland to run through. They want the wingers to stay out wide and take ball and beat the defender. But the way we set up the game made sure that they could not do that, in the sense that we close the pocket so you cannot combine passes. You combine passes when you have people in the pocket all about, and they can do 1-2 here, and they allow people jump and they make passes for the striker that is running in behind. So when we close up that space by playing 3 central back and playing 2 or 3 midfielders and 2 up front, that means you can't play anything through the central channel. And also that playing 3 at the back or 5 at the back basically means when Manchester City players are having the ball out wide, if they have the opportunity to beat the right back or the left back, they still have the left centre back or the right centre back to battle with before they get to the central centre back, before they can go to the post. So having that numbers at the back means we are limiting their potency in the center of the pitch and also out wide. So that's why you saw the first half, they just had to keep recycling the ball, trying to make sure that they can get something out of the game. It shows how brilliant they are for them to find a way to get something out of the game. But the game plan was designed to make sure that they cannot get anything out of the game. And one of the things that we also saw in the game plan was the directness, and it still also goes back to the confidence level of the club, because if we were in our best state, I don't see a reason why we should not play out from the back. I don't see a reason why we cannot build out from the back. But you saw it, that it was very obvious that Sanchez was going long. When he gets the ball, when they try to recycle the ball and somebody is pressing or chasing, he just kicks the ball out wide. So he just tells you, oh, we don't want, because we know the level at which we are at this moment, we don't want to self-inflict. We don't want to create errors for ourselves where we can't get back into the game, and then let's just kick it long and out wide. And the deficiency of the system is there was no attacking plan. Yeah, I think there was no attacking plan, and it was very obvious that whenever we go up front, it was just stale. So I think that's my defense for the game plan. As much as I don't like it, but I think it was just the realistic thing to do. Yeah, secondly, I think let's talk about the attacking intention now. I said earlier that I like the way McFarlane defend, and I think it's specifically about McFarlane, but I appreciate the job that he has done at the club, and I'm never going to take that for granted. But the fact is, it still just shows the level of the kind of coach that he is. He's still in the young days of his career. Yeah, so he cannot be the best in all facet of the game. But one thing that I saw it, and I spoke about it in the Leeds match, I spoke about it in the match against Liverpool also, and I think we saw it obviously in this one too, is that when you are defending and you are defending really tight and low, the best thing that you can get out of such a situation is that you will cause the opponent not to score you. You will make sure you can suck the game, and the best you will get out of that is that the opponent will not score you. But to win a game, as much as you are defending very well to not concede goals, you have to have plan of going into the attacking phase of the pitch, because you will not defend for 90 minutes. That's the basic reality. So the moments when you are defending, if you can do that very well, that's good and fine, and that's great for the team. But the point is, when it gets to the moments where the ball gets in your hand, what is your plan to get something also? And I think we were lost in that, in the sense that when you look at Chelsea's attack, what can you define it as? Are we trying to get the ball to the right-hand side and start making crosses? Or we want our wingers to be the focal point of our attack, that when the ball gets to them, they take their defender 1v1 and go and try and get something out of it? Or we are looking for a way we shift the opponent on one side and then we spread the play to the other side. That's isolate and spread. Is that the attacking plan, or is it that we allow them lose the ball in the central part of the pitch and then we exploit on transition, or we suck them back and then we go on a counter? Like, is the question that we need to ask ourselves. What is the actual attacking intention towards this game? I think there was none, in all honesty. That's why whenever we get to the when we get to the final third, we were entering the final third. We were making passes in the final third. But what's the plan? What do we want to do? Like, you can see it all over the pitch. Like, there was nothing there. We didn't get chances that you can say, oh, this is a top-notch chance that can create a goal. And how do we create it? There was no specific way. The best chance that I would say we got was that long throw from, I think it was Hato or Cucurella, and then Kobe headed it to Enzo Fernández and he just flicked it and it went over the bar. That's the best thing that we got in the match. So the attacking part of the game was not there. It was not the level that a big club should operate in. And I think that's one of the things that brought us down in this match. We defended perfectly well. We just needed to crown it with having an attacking intention. And I think we suffered from that. Now, let's go to the third thing. I think the third thing for me is the right wing. And we've spoken so much. I've said a whole lot of things about the right wing. The right wing of Chelsea is weak. Is a weak point for the squad. If you look at it from the aspect of the left wing, now, from the left wing, you see Cucurella playing on the wing there, and you see Hato coming to be a support, and Enzo Fernández also coming there. So you have something like a triangle: Hato, Enzo Fernández, and Cucurella. But that part is a solid part for Manchester City because of somebody like Matheus Nunes. And Matheus Nunes defended really well. He's a strong guy. He's fast. And you can even see that moment where there was a quick pass from Enzo Fernández and set Cucurella up earlier in the first half, and then he breezed into that space. But you saw that, like, it was like a release of a blast from Matheus Nunes, and he has caught up with him already. So that part was a very solid part for them. But you can see from Cucurella, like, there was something that he was trying to do. He wanted to exploit the spacing behind. He wanted to run and then shift the ball up front, make sure he's getting it there, better making a cutback or finding Enzo Fernández to make sure he can do something with it. But when you come on the right-hand side, you have to be very honest with yourself. What exactly can you say we were doing there? Because you look at it from the Manchester City's point of view, when Doku gets the ball, what you see is Doku versus Kopama and Malo Gusto. And then his idea is either to beat them to the byline and make a cross or a cutback, or to try to come inside to come and whether I take a shot, which he didn't necessarily find a way to do, or make a pass to the other guy here. And you can see that, okay, there are intention. You can see I've even mentioned 3 things of the way he was trying to attack us, but we were defending really well on that part. But in the attacking sense, when Gusto gets the ball, you can see it from his natural demeanor that I don't want to go forward. I get the ball. I'm staying like on a half turn, not facing fully. Like I'm facing inside, either to look for somebody to pass foot to or shift the ball back. And I think we have suffered from that thing so much. You're looking at somebody like Matt O'Reilly. He's good offensively, but defensively, I think he's a weak link. So if you're having a combination of Kopama and Malo Gusto, we should be getting the best out of that wing. We should be combining plays, and whether Kopama gets it in the half space, then he's dropping it for Malo Gusto, who is running in behind or taking an overlapping run to make crosses and do all of this. There was nothing going on in that space. There was nothing going on there. And I've said it. We need to do something on that right-hand side. We definitely need to do something. And I know the absence of somebody like Estevao is also something that we can put into consideration, because if he was there, the game was going to be different. Malo Gusto will focus mainly on his defensive duty, and Kopama will be out wide there. But Kopama, because and Estevao will be out wide, but because he's Kopama, like he's not majorly the guy who wants to go out wide. He's majorly the one who wants to come inside. And him coming inside means Malo Gusto will be the one always going outside. But Malo Gusto have always showed reluctance to do that. And I think he just stalled the attacking option on the right-hand side. We just need to do something about it. And let's talk about something else. I think Kobe was brilliant. I think Sanchez also kept us in that match. He made the scoreline look like what it was. What it is, because if it was not for Sanchez, I bet you the match would have gone something like 3-0, 4-0. And if you are considering like 2-0, 3-0, maybe like 60 minutes, there's a high tendency that it get worse than that. But I think he made the scoreline look like that. Those saves, and also he kept his job doing. He did his job very well. Made sure he was not being too risky or too clever or trying to do things out of the moon. He just did the basic things. When he sees that the pressure is too much, he kicks the ball out wide, he makes passes to the left, makes it to the right, and then when it comes to shot stopping, I think it was fantastic. And also that goal, you can't blame him for that. I don't think anybody will catch that goal. Maybe out of luck, you might find somebody who does, but I think that goal, it was unexpected. And also, Levi Colwill, good performance. He gave, when it's Levi Colwill, there's always that stability in the back line. There is necessarily not anything to worry about in the back line. With the presence of Levi Colwill, he brings the best out of the people around him. You can see Hato having a good game, even making some passes, trying to break the 4-2-4 press, and also Levi Colwill punching ball forward, and sometimes even looking for a long pass to the left-hand side. Sorry about that. So I think it was a good game for him. And also we need to speak about this solidity of Moisés Caicedo and Enzo Fernández in the midfield, with coupled with Reece James. I think they had a fantastic performance. I think they were brilliant. They were solid off the ball. I think they break the play. They chased opponents very well. They showed strength. They were physical enough to put up battles with the opponents. And I think they were technical enough on the ball. When they got to the ball, you see Moisés Caicedo and Enzo Fernández combining really well, playing through them. Sometimes they make passes that just penetrated 2 players. Sometimes they took the ball, tried to drive through the opponent. So you see varieties in that, and you see Enzo Fernández also with the legs going up and coming down, chasing the play, initiating a press. Also, when João Pedro presses, is the guy who joins the press to make sure that it's not just an individual press, it's a unit press. So I think there were good performances here and there from the boys, but I just think we were the underdog. Man City was the better team. They found a way to break us. They found a way to find a win in the match. And I think it was deserving, in all honesty. It was deserving for Manchester City. It was very, very much deserving. They had possession of the ball. They used the ball really well. Their momentum is good. Their confidence is high. But I think in the second half, they dropped in that confidence from the beginning of the second half to around 60, 65 minutes. We were more in the game. We were using the ball more, but it was just the same old sickness. We didn't really create anything out of having the ball. So I'll stop there. This is my thoughts on the match, guys. What are the things that you saw in the match? Please put it in the comment section. Let's discuss about it. This is the 5 things we learned, brought to you by Vertical Football. And please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. Till we see you some other time. Namaste.